Have you ever wondered why some people seem to understand the world instantly while others struggle to keep up? Why some minds appear to connect dots that no one else even sees? The truth is, it's not just intelligence, it's a habit. A habit so subtle that most people never notice it, yet it shapes the way the brightest minds live, think, and act every single day. And once you see it, you will yell Jaliziyat as hiding in plain sight. It's not about reading more books or solving complex equations or even memorizing facts. High IQ people have a pattern, a way of thinking that sets them apart, and it often looks strange. Outsiders might call it weird, obsessive, or even socially awkward, but it's a superpower in disguise. Have you ever met someone who seems to spend hours alone, lost in thought, staring at nothing, yet somehow comes up with ideas that change everything? That's the habit. It's the art of deliberate reflection paired with intense curiosity. They observe the world like a scientist, yet they don't just see what S in front of them, they see what S missing. They see patterns, gaps, and opportunities that no one else notices. This habit often starts early. Many genius minds report feeling out of sync with their peers. While others played games, they were asking why. Why does this happen? Why does that exist? Why can't we do this differently? And that simple question, just asking why, becomes a habit that compounds over time, creating a mind capable of extraordinary insight. You might think, well, I can ask why too, but the difference is in the follow-up. High IQ individuals don't stop at the question. They dissect it, analyze it, explore it from every angle. They think in layers, and because they do, they often make connections that seem impossible, like linking two ideas from completely unrelated fields and suddenly creating a breakthrough that changes the game. And here's something most people don't realize: this habit isn't just mental. It affects behavior, decisions, and even lifestyle. High IQ people often do things that seem counterintuitive. They might avoid large crowds. They might seem slow to act in social situations. But this is strategic. They are processing, analyzing, testing hypotheses about the world before they react. Their delay is actually an advantage, not a weakness. Think about it. Why do so many inventors, scientists, and creators seem isolated or misunderstood? Because their minds are busy mapping the invisible lines that connect everything. They are constantly experimenting in their head. And the strangest part, they often do it unconsciously. They've trained their minds so deeply that this pattern becomes automatic. Even in mundane tasks, this habit shows up. A high IQ person might clean a room not just to tidy it, but to test an idea about organization or notice patterns in how people interact with objects. They turn life itself into a laboratory. Every action, every observation is data to refine their understanding. And here is where it gets really interesting. This habit often produces what society calls eccentric behavior. You know the classic examples: Einstein with his hair, Nikola Tesla with his quirks, or more modern figures like Elon Musk obsessively exploring ideas no one else would touch. What looks like weirdness is actually a manifestation of their mental process. It's their curiosity turned outward in unexpected ways. But you might ask, is this something I can do? Absolutely, and it starts with awareness. The first step is noticing your own patterns of thought. When you're alone, are you just scrolling mindlessly, or are you reflecting? Are you asking questions, challenging assumptions, observing patterns? The habit of high IQ people is rooted in intentional attention. Every moment becomes an opportunity to understand, to see what others miss. And here is a secret most people ignore. Mistakes are not failures for these minds, they are experiments. High IQ people embrace errors as data. They dissect what went wrong, why it happened, and how it fits into a bigger picture. Most people run from mistakes, but for a sharp mind, each mistake is a stepping stone to insight. Ever notice how some people can predict trends or sense what's coming before it happens? That's not luck. That's pattern recognition, honed over years of deliberate observation. High IQ people train their minds to notice what changes, what repeats, and what is hidden in plain sight. They can look at a situation and instantly estimate probabilities, risks, and opportunities in ways others cannot. And the weird part, they often appear lazy. They sit, they stare, they think, and others think they're doing nothing. But in reality, they are in the middle of intense mental work. They are synthesizing information, testing hypotheses, and preparing mental strategies for future challenges. Inaction is a tool, not a flaw. Even in social interactions, this habit shows up. High IQ individuals listen more than they speak. They observe micro-expressions, tone, and body language, noticing details that escape everyone else. And when they do speak, it's usually concise, precise, and impactful. It's not that they lack social skills, it's that they choose their moments carefully. And here's a fascinating insight. This habit can make them appear cold or detached, but it's a side effect, not a lack of empathy. They are so focused on understanding the system, the patterns, the underlying truth, that emotions are filtered through analysis. They process feelings differently, which can make them seem distant, even though they feel deeply. Have you ever seen someone obsessively collecting information books, articles, notes, even random trivia, and wondered why? That's another part of the habit. High IQ minds are always building a web of knowledge. Each piece connects to others. It's not hoarding. It's creating a mental library, a map of the world that they can navigate effortlessly. And it's not just academic. They applied this to people, situations, even emotions, relationships, careers, projects. They analyze, test, and optimize. And when they make decisions, it's not impulsive, it's calculated. Every choice is informed by a deep, often subconscious network of insights. This habit can make them lonely. Many high IQ individuals struggle to find peers who think at their level. Conversations with most people feel shallow, repetitive, or distracting. So they retreat into themselves, not out of arrogance, but necessity. They need space to process, to think, to strategize, and yet isolation often fuels brilliance. Without distraction, their minds can roam freely, connecting ideas in ways the world hasn't seen before. Some of history's greatest discoveries, from physics to literature, were born in solitude. And while solitude feels strange to most, for them it's a playground for thought. But here is the real takeaway. You don't need an IQ of 162 benefit from this habit. Anyone can train their mind to observe, reflect, and analyze intentionally. It starts with curiosity and persistence. Ask questions. Take time to think. Notice patterns. Reflect deeply on everyday experiences. And most importantly, treat mistakes as data, not defeat. And the impact is immediate. People who adopt this habit start noticing connections others miss. They start thinking faster, predicting outcomes more accurately, and solving problems with creativity that surprises even themselves. What seems strange is actually practical. What seems isolated is actually powerful. Even small changes can trigger this effect. Start by dedicating a few minutes each day to focused observation. Pick one problem, one pattern, one mystery, and explore it thoroughly. Question assumptions. Challenge conventional wisdom, and slowly, your mind will begin to think in layers, noticing what others overlook. And when you do, you'll see the world differently. You'll understand motives, patterns, and opportunities in ways that feel almost unfair. And people will notice. They'll ask, "How do you always know what's coming next?" And you'll just smile, because the secret is no longer a mystery, it's a habit. And here's something even more surprising. This habit makes life more engaging. Ordinary experiences become fascinating when you analyze them, when you see hidden patterns, when every detail has meaning. What seems boring to others becomes a playground of discovery. You see cause and effect, strategy, and opportunity everywhere. Even your memory improves. Observing with intent, noticing patterns, reflecting deeply, it all strengthens recall. You remember not just facts, but connections, relationships, sequences. You can reconstruct events, ideas, and strategies in your mind with clarity that seems almost photographic. And the weirdest thing, this habit also fuels creativity. When your mind constantly searches for connections, innovation happens naturally. High IQ people don't force creativity, they cultivate it by feeding their curiosity, observing deeply, and linking ideas in unexpected ways. And yet, society often misunderstands this. We praise fast talkers, social climbers, and flashy performers, while quietly ignoring the minds that think deeply, that analyze, that observe. But history remembers the observers, the thinkers, the quiet strategists, the ones who see patterns others cannot. Even their humor is different. It's subtle, clever, often ironic. They see contradictions and absurdities that escape others. Their laughter comes from insight, not surface-level amusement. And when they share it, it's powerful. It makes people think, not just react. And here's the final truth. This habit, as strange as it seems, is available to anyone willing to practice. You don't need to be a genius at birth. You need curiosity, reflection, and the courage to spend time alone with your thoughts. The more you train it, the sharper your mind becomes. Imagine seeing the world like this. Imagine noticing patterns, understanding people, predicting outcomes, and connecting ideas effortlessly. Imagine turning mistakes into opportunities, observation into insight, and reflection into power. That's the strange habit of high IQ people. And it's not so strange once you start practicing it yourself. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow, dedicate 10 minutes to deliberate observation. Notice patterns. Ask why. Connect ideas. Reflect. And keep doing it. Because this habit, invisible to most, is what separates ordinary thinkers from extraordinary ones. Your mind is capable of seeing what others miss. Your thoughts can shape reality, solve problems, and create opportunities. And it all starts with one strange habit. The habit of thinking deeply, observing intentionally, and reflecting relentlessly. And when you master it, the world suddenly becomes a place full of hidden opportunities, unseen patterns, and extraordinary possibilities. You'll never look at ordinary things the same way again. And that, more than anything, is the true power of a high IQ mind. Because in the end, it's not just intelligence, it's not luck, it's a habit, a strange habit. One that can change the way you see, think, and act forever. And the best part, once you start, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it.